വേദം ഗുരുസ്മരണം സംഗീതം ഗുരുചരണം സദാനന്ദം ഗുരുസ്മരണം ശിവാനന്ദം ഓ ചതുർവേദം ഗുരുസ്മരണം സംഗീതം. I'm not good enough. I have to apologize to you, not for posing and all. Also fun my poor Hindi. I don't know Hindi, but I just this stuff happened to me. I thought you are the willing meeting, so I work it upon you. So the Guru is given the highest status in our system, in our scheme of things. What does he do? I have a Guru. His name is Sadhu Shivan Guru. He only made. I met him when I was in Visakhapatnam. 30 kilometers north of Visakhapatnam, there's a place called Divuni Patta. So in the old Dutch word, pure spirit there. You made. So many people used to ask me, what did your Guru give? What did he give you? What? I will tell you what? God gives, Guru only takes it good. What is this? Yeah. He took away all those concretized concepts which incarcerated me, which I mistook for great values and got imprisoned by my own concept. He took away all. He took away the very idea of separateness. That there is an I, there is a me, there is a mind. All this he took away. So Guru doesn't give, he takes on. And before such a phenomenon, we loosely use the word no Guru Seva. Can you do any service to him? Can you serve? To a Guru, our service is tasteless. He is happy when we honor. For a devotee, for a lay devotee, it's not a problem. He can ask whatever he wants, beg for it, and get it. If you happen to be a disciple, you have to understand the problem. That's difficult. That such difficulty makes your life beautiful, worth living to the last. If my Guru says, I want you to live for another 50 years, another 60 years, fine. I won't say, how why should I live this long? Every moment is a wonderful opportunity to think about him, to dwell in him, to dwell in him. The Guru being inside is one experience. You conduct the entire life you are living in him. His presence in you is one thing, but you live in him, you weep in him, you worry in him. That makes life worth living. That makes life beautiful. You would never have understood the word beauty only after you get into contact with the Guru, enjoy the warmth of his fold. Only then you will understand what beauty means, what love means. Pure love is his nature. His love is essentially neutral. It's only a reflection of how much you show, what you show to flex. That is what a Guru is all about. All of us, one simple truth I can. My Guru used to tell, if someone greets you, how are you? What should you say? You should say, I'm fine. Maybe later you can take out your list of woes and read out. But when someone asks you, how are you? You should say, fine. Understand, it's not an inquiry, it's only a meeting. You don't have to map it. You did. But are we not fine? In this hall, all of us are sitting together. Are you not fine enough to say that we are fine? We have a body, we have a mind, we have tickling intellect, we have a consciousness that is able to separate things, circumstances. We are able to weigh things. We sit in judgment over everyone, including God and Guru. And someone comes and asks you, how are you? There's someone to greet you, someone to inquire about your welfare. 130 million people in this world get only one meal a day. 130 million people, they get only one meal a day. Are you not fine? So, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Fine. Ah, yes. That fine, I'll tell you, should not be an American fight or European fight. Should be a typical Indian fight. Fine. Yes. Although you know, fine. Huh? Adpudam. Yes, Adpudam. Life is Adpudam. That's why you are fine. Guru is Adpudam. That is why you are fine. Like that. So, we are not fine. But we don't understand it. We don't recognize. A guru makes you. A guru makes you recognize it.
I always stand top of the world.
Ah, right. Good. Very top of the world. And some people say first class. Don't say first class. First class AC, you say. First class garam hai. First class AC. So he comes. And why do we need a guru? Now, we are at a time where, like you have a family doctor, family barber, you have a family guru. It has become like that. పూర్వంలో అట్లా లేదు. A guru was one in the million to one in a million. A disciple approached a guru only after his chittasuddhi was complete. That was the prerequisite to go to a guru those days. That was Bharat Fari. That is why we say India's future lies in its past, not the recent past, but the remote past. But that was the standard that was set by our ancestors then. Why do we need a guru today? Why are there so many gurus? Every street has a guru. Your own neighbor would be a guru. We don't know. Why? Because we have become weaklings. What we are supposed to manage, we would like to hand it over to somebody. More importantly, we want some authority to condone our lapses. This is the secret of why we seek a guru like this in these days. We want someone to tell us whatever sin we have committed, no problem. You drink, yes. No, it's not a. There is nothing unspiritual about drinking. After a little spirit. Like that, no, we want someone to come and tell us. And then many who are ready to tell you exactly what you want them to say. Weakness. Weakness, Vivekananda says, is death. Strength is life. People do not want that strength. Nobody wants silence. Nobody wants silence. There are many people. I used to travel into Himalayas very regularly. I would have gone to different parts of the Himalayas about 38 times. I've been in solitude also. I can never say enough to Himalayas. You call it weakness or a desire, anything you call it, I will let go. But there are people who come with me who are terrified by the science. But they're used to noise so much, It is in Chennai, the railway track, along the railway track, there are colonies. If they shift to some other place inside, they can't sleep. They listen unless they're used to it so much. So you might take them and Ask them to stay in the Himalayas in Jadeshwar or someplace. They're terrified. They feel claustrophobic, and one of my friends complained, "Oh, very well we see there are only mountains here. Now, what will be there in Himalayas?" So we are not accustomed to that. But the thing is, our very nature is peace. Its only expression is bliss. Have we recognized this clearly? No. If we recognize this, there will always be a beautiful smile on the face. The only thing that makes our wrinkled face look beautiful is a sincere smile, a sincere, gentle smile that comes directly from the heart. That makes our face beautiful. Guru, my Guru, was always smiling. My Guru never got serious. Whatever a little I learned, which I'm sharing with you today also, is whatever I picked up sitting at his feet and what he spoke over a cup of coffee. It is not like that Mahani, Wal, like that. All that the drama was not there. No paraphernalia was there. He simply spoke. Whatever we asked, he was able to answer. And Guru does not answer questions, he destroys, so that they don't rise their ugly head again. You are not bothered by the same question anymore. The first training is not to commit the same mistake again. My father would say that is what makes a man a jnani. You should not commit the same mistake again. See, I married only once, he would say. So, so that is how. What does a guru do? Why do we need a guru? I have to answer that question first. For conducting all the activities of your entire life will take as a span of 90 years or even 100 years. A guru is not necessary. He is not necessary. The intelligence which you are bestowed with is sufficient. You will apply it on your everyday activity. Of course, you will reap the consequences. For any action, there is a consequence. And the consequence itself will become a teacher to you. You will fine tune yourself, but it's a very slow, laborious, often exasperating process. But you don't require a guru. There are there are teachers, there are guides, and there is the guru. Teachers can certainly teach you a subject. In the ancient times of India, it was 14 years course. Gurukulam course was 14 years. Then the teacher sends him to higher studies to a different teacher. He himself was the counselor, education counselor. There was no separate person for that. He understands the words so clear that he said he would suggest after this he can go on study this particular subject. He gives the address and recommendation letter notes, introductory letter. There was no recommendation those days. So a teacher is there, but the teacher cannot teach you how to be happy without any worry. Okay. Then there are guides. Who are those guides who have grappled with the harsh realities of life themselves? Anubhavanya, that through the experience, whatever they have learned, that throws a lot of light when we go through similar circumstances. Circumstances are similar only here. And after all, there are only five things in this light that govern all of us: birth, growth, disease, decay, death. Can you add anything more? பிறக்கிறோம், வளர்றோம், நோய்வாய்ப்படுறோம், தேய்மானம், depreciation. Then by bad birth, growth, disease, decay, and death. அவ்வளவுதான். Whether beggar or pilgrims, the same thing. We are governed by this. Every jiva is governed by this. Let that be. But a guru adds that twist. Now you see in the to conduct the affairs of our material life, you don't require a guru. Then what? When you when you raise basic questions which are called fundamental questions in our system, God, what man? Where did I come from? Right in front of my eyes, my father passed away. Where did he go? What is this creation? What is the meaning of this? Where am I in the scheme of things? Why? Such questions are called fundamental questions. So look how our ancestors have named the fundamental questions. And it is those questions, which can never be verbally answered. Because the question is not verbal. If I ask you how to go to uh, Cambridge from here, Mississauga from here, it can only be a verbal question. And you cannot answer it mental. You have to answer it verbal. But these fundamental questions can never be solved or answered verbal. To answer them, the Guru has to come. He removes the question slowly, gradually, through a methodless method, through a process which is half known to one, almost entirely unknown to you. He takes you from an asses where his condition, takes you in the palm of his hand across the ocean of samsara and gently places you on the other side, the shore of freedom, of truth, of permanent reality. There he leaves you. A Guru alone can do it. There is no sadhana for moksha. Is it shocking? No, actually. Moksha is asked for in a moment. Moksha is asked for in a moment. There is no process involved in that moment. But living towards that moment requires a process. Understood? Living towards that moment where you will not ask for anything else except this. Rabindranath Tagore used to say, I want thee, only thee, would say. Nee vendu, yakte needan vendu. I want thee, only thee. In this Gita, he would say. A mother and kid, they go to a fair. What will you see? No, my exhibition சொல்லுவோம் பாருங்க என்ன so the fair. It's a fair. Huh? So a fair. So a lot of fun. The merry-go-round, roller coaster, this and that. As soon as the uh, uh, child sees this, I want this, I want that, anything, no, mother keeps granting. We are coming for this. Yes, come on, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And in that crowd, suddenly the child goes missing. That leaves the hand with the mother. That's us. He doesn't know what to do. The policeman comes, he spots that the moment he sees the child crying, he knows that uh, it is separated from the mother. And to pacify this child, he says, come, we go 2 rounds free. I don't want, I want my mother. So, I will give you sugar candy. You can take in both. I don't want sugar candy. I want my mother. Like that, I want thee, only thee, நீ வேண்டும் எனக்கு நீதான் வேண்டும் வேறு நினைவறியா நிறைவிருப்பாங்க மனம் முழுதாக மறந்திருக்கும் அந்த நீ வேண்டும் எனக்கு நீதான் வேண்டும். The Guru slowly drags you to reach that state. The, I don't know how to put it. The catch here is, in our dharma, moksha is not thrust, the desire for moksha is not thrust upon anyone. Moksha is an is a concept which is given by Bharati to the entire world, entire mankind. But nowhere in our Shastra it is insisted upon. It only says, oh, if you travel this route, you go to Swaga. You travel this route, you go to Narak. And if you walk this middle path, you attain Moksha. Nimmashta. Whatever you want, you choose. You cannot go here and expect that. It is only going there. So cannot insist upon. It is called Subha Icha. Desire for moksha is called Subha Icha. When Shivaratri time, my uh, Guru explained this to me. Why is Shivaratri so significant? And then somebody said, Shiva is ready to give you. He's always ready to give you. Are you ready to ask? It's not like that. Shiva does not have moods. He respects times. That time is propitious as the higher planes of existence are near to earth, to us. That is the secret of Shivaratri. So if you seek only that moksha, you are benefited. Then the question is, what going to do if I don't have that desire? Please ask Shiva to grant you that desire. ఆ శుభ ఇచ్చ లేకపోతే ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఆ శుభ ఇచ్చ ఇవ్వు తండ్రి అని అడగా ప్లీజ్ గ్రాంట్ మీ దట్ శుభ ఇచ్చ ఇట్ ఇస్ అవుట్ దిస్ గురు మేక్స్ యూ డూ ఇట్ on your own you don't come across these thoughts at all. Then comes the other question, how do you choose a guru? How do you know that this is your guru? Isn't it? All of you, some of you at least, may have this question. An authority on this subject is sitting before. No, authority not in knowledge or prowess or anything like that. I have knocked at several wrong doors. And ultimately, I arrived at the feet of my Guru. It's not easy to understand. It's not easy to recognize that this is my Guru. Takes time. I went around and around. Very, very, very arduous journey to us. With a good desire only, you knock at the wrong doors. So that is our karma. I can't take anyone but that. I met a saint called Sri Pattaraj Maharaj, who was a Maharashtrian who was in Indo, Madhya Pradesh. He came into my life like a gentle breeze when I'm so confused, when I'm so cross with the entire system. Before that, I met Babu in a huge gathering in Prashanthi Nilay of 1991 December. It was he who gave me a solution. He simply walked, came up to me. I was outside the gate, sitting somewhere. Okay. He came near me and said, Eppudu vachavu? He asked me, when did you come? And he came in booth. The next scene in my life was I was in the hospital. I have to undergo a major surgery. So we were toying whether this decision could be taken or not. Baba answered. He gave his vibhuti and the rest is he's transiting before me with my spine erect and my spirit high. So then Pattaraj Maharaj came into my life and he would sing a beautiful song. तुझे जाना है अपनी वतन मुसाफिर जाना है अपनी वतन तुझे जाना है अपने वतन तुझे जाना है अपने वतन मुसाफिर जाना है अपनी वतन. इस दुनिया का टेला मेला जीवन सारा रंग रंगीला इस दुनिया का टेला मेला जीवन सारा रंग रंगीला तेरा कोई करे ना जतन तेरा कोई करे ना जतन मुसाफिर जाना है अपनी वतन उस प्यार का जो रंग निराला रंग चढ़े जो रंग से न्यारा वहाँ प्यार का होगा जतन वह प्यार का होगा जतन मुसाफिर जाना है अपनी वतन से then he will tell my wife अरे अनु अपना वतन उधर नहीं इधर so guru is the one who turns you inward then he'll ask चरण कृपा से तू बताया लक्का दगन हनुमान ने किया on the basis of what राम नाम चरण कृपा से तू बताया लक्का दगन हनुमान ने किया श्री राम कंत गुरु जान that Ram is immersed in the thought of his guru. He's doing Guru Dhyan. Why? Think about it. That he declared to me, I am not the master, but I prepared disciples for the master. Ultimately, I found my Guru. What did he do? What did my Guru do? He did not do anything at all initially. He just allowed his love to work in me. That love was so beautiful. Is beautiful. There is no was about Guru. it's it's a present continuous because it is a continuous presence like that. So what did he do? He allowed his love and affection to work. He gave me a very important advice. Looking at me, I was like something like a beached whale or a wrecked ship in the utmost jack of spirituality. So he looked at me and said, very important sentence he told. I don't know whether you would consider it important. Shall I share it with you? He said, go home, watch TV, eat ice creams. He said. This was the first major Upadesh he gave. Then I asked him, what, sir? Why are you saying so? For certain spiritual ills, materialism is the cure. You should relax first. But I think stop whatever you are doing. So you have been doing so. Stop. Then he invited me to stay. He would not call it an ashram. It was a garden. He's staying with him for 3 nights. Can you come and stay here for 3 nights? He asked me. I felt very happy because it's a very rare invitation from the rarest human being. I said, okay. Then after I came there, I said, I asked him, what should I do? He said, for heaven's sake, don't do anything. Eat well, sleep well. Think about it. Then from time to time, he started revealing this and that. The ping pong which we were playing, stopped because I think it was before from, okay. I was used to doing sadhana every day for hours. And the first thing which my guru did was to stop it. He said, you don't belong to the paths you have walked so far. None of those paths belong to you. And you looked at me, what is the gist of that sentence? Import of the sentence. I was 40 when he said this to me. Yeah, you have not made it. That's all. Wow, you have not made it. Well, you might have invested so many hours every day in this or that, but no. That it was something like an elephant eatery thing on China clay shop. Something like that. Somehow, I gathered myself and said, touched his feet and said, okay, sir, let me begin afresh. Yes. Ah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. So that is how my journey with him started. Beautiful journey. The most beautiful journey is inner journey. Once you are accepted by Guru, the real journey begins, whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you recognize it or not, it begins. After that, there is no stop. It's not something like a roller coaster or the giant train ride where you're enjoying fear. It's not like that. It's a beautiful cruise. So like it is like being with you now on a, just on a small boat in a moonlit night. How it would be. Like Bharatiya song, Sindhu Nadi Isai நிலவினிலே சேரன நாட்டிலும் பெண்களுடனே சுந்தர தெலுங்கினில் பகட்டி சைத்து தோணிகள் ஓட்டி விளையாடி வரும். Like that. The journey will be like that. So, uh, slowly you reach a stage where you understand whatever happens or does not happen is according to the will of God and with the permission of your Guru for your own for your own good in your own interest. Let me repeat this. Whatever happens or does not happen is according to the will of God with the permission of your Guru in your own interest for your own good. You reach this stage. You have you worked towards this stage? When I was 40, I met him. I told you what he asked me and how it was. It was a fresh journey. But still, in my heart, it was like a wound. I carried this as a thorn in the flesh. I have wasted so much time. How many jinmas am I to waste? Then he's talking to someone else, but he could read to he need not read my thoughts. They are so obvious to him. He just smiled and said, Ramanan, there is no regrettable wastage in cosmos. Perhaps regret is wasteful. I can never forget that. There is no regrettable wastage in cosmos. Perhaps regret is wasteful. Regret not. Whatever has happened, whatever you have done, your omissions and commissions, all that is gone. You want to weep? Take one full night, weep. Exhaust yourself through your tears. But when you wake up, next morning, wake up like a gentle flower. Wake up like the sun, which wakes everyone up. Like that, you wake up with the resolve not to do this again. Develop a desire to quit this morass, this gutter, and acquire that adventurous spirit to go beyond the thraldom of stars and see what this everything should be insufficient for you. Outgrow your indwelling season. This Sariram should not be sufficient for you, cannot hold you. When Ramanan started suffering from Parkinson, this and that, his body was dilapidated. Kunjaswami, who was his personal attendant, he asked me, Adbago, at this young age, why your body is like that? So what can you do now? An elephant has entered the hut, what can I do? The elephant has entered this hut, what can I do? Like that. So this Sariram is not sufficient for this place is not sufficient. This world is not sufficient. Like that you go. Dahanamavane Venam, this is fine. But inside there is something called consciousness. Okay, he took me to Himalayas, he took me to several places. We are sitting at we are standing almost on precipice of the Himalayas. He showed the vast layers of mountains, plains, meadows, everything. How do you feel? It's just beautiful. You know why? The sea is not beautiful. The impact is beautiful. Why? What does it do? Whenever you see a vast expanse, tall or vast or deep, all these put together is vastness. When you stand before ocean, when you stand before a huge mountain, or when you look at a vast meadow, why do you feel happy? Why do you feel relieved? He says, it reminds you of your own consciousness, which is more vast than all this. There cannot be any expanse which is more vast than your own consciousness. All this can go inside. Yet there will be a lot of space. That is the limitlessness in this limitation, within this limitation, called body, mind, and intellect. The Guru bribes you to understand, to see it, to realize it. I understand it, but I don't realize it. He won't accept it at all. Guru doesn't accept. If you understand, you should realize it. When someone tells you that fire burns, would you believe only when you put your finger inside? Someone has done it on our Vida Father. So that is what a guru does. A master is one who pushes you from outside and pulls you from inside. Both are done. He pushes you from outside. How? He makes you realize the futility of this man's search. Always know you're either chasing something or you're being chased by something. There are only three things in this world: people, things, circumstances. Is there anything more? Come to think of people, things, circumstances, and our relationship with them. So, my guru taught me how maintaining optimum distance is the threshold of jnana. See, I am speaking from here, you are listening from here. This distance is optimum. If I come near and quote Bhagavad Gita, it won't be palatable for you. This distance is necessary. We all get into the same elevator. There are no people. But don't you suffer from a discomfort thing? Till you arrive at your floor, till you door opens, there are no people. But that's the discomfort. That is why the hands become like this inside an elevator. Suddenly you become humbled, well behaved now. Why? There's a discomfort, clash of auras, friction between two energy systems. So that distance is necessary. When it comes to human beings, remember, every human being shows a distance. It is up to you to maintain that distance. Maintain the distance which the other person shows, then your peace is protected. You must, the highest priority for you is to maintain your peace. If you are at peace, the world will be peaceful. Let us not try to reform the society without resolving our own inner conflicts. So that is the optimum distance between you and the persons, between you and things. What is that? You and things. You should make use of things properly. Is it? A pen is to write. It's not to dig your ears. Isn't it? Misuse, disuse, abuse should be avoided. It should be used properly. And I have seen top-notch professors from big management institutes, and they carry a pen in the pocket. Every 2 minutes they will touch and see whether it is there. So what is this? Is this knowledge? No. You must have distance, mental distance between you and your thing. In many cases, physical distance is also necessary. More important, circumstances. Life is nothing but circumstances. You should maintain a distance between you and the circumstance. If you practice this during happy times, you will be able to practice this during challenging times also. இன்பத்தில் எவன் தலை கிருகிருப்பதில்லையோ துன்பத்தில் அவன் கால்கள் தள்ளார் என்பதில்லை. If your head doesn't become dizzy in happiness, your legs will not wobble when you are in distress. Correct? ஒரு மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷ் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
In Tamil, why is more?
யாருடைய தலை இன்பத்தில் கிருகிருப்பதில்லையோ அவனுடைய கால்கள் தான் துன்பத்தில் தள்ளாடிட்டு. So practice this, maintaining distance between you and circumstances during happy times. You should, you have, take a cup of tea for that matter. What should you do? You should consume it. You should not be consumed in the heat. A little cup should not consume you. When there is a facility, enjoy it. But when the facility is absent, do not fret and fume. That is wisdom. That is this distance which we have to create. For slowly, the Guru takes you to another aspect of this. The higher aspect of this is you start maintaining a distance between you and what you think you are. Between you and what you think you are. The entire life is one huge opportunity, one teasing challenge. What is that? Between what you think you are and what others think you are. Figure out what exactly you are. Are you a dilapidated body? Are you a wavering mind? Are we just a confused intellect? Are you merely a consciousness where layers and layers of miserable memories persist or heap up? No. Pratyagatmaham Shivoham, Adi Shankara declares. Pratyagatmaham Shivoham. I am young, I am free, I am untainted, I am eternal. I have no beginning. I have no growth. I have no change. I am that I am. I exist, therefore I, whatever you say, I am. Pratyagatman Shiva. I am Shiva. That is why in our system we call it Shiva is the Guru. And we understand here that Guru is the Shiva. Guru is Shiva. Shivayo. The greatest teaching of a Guru that takes you to God. First, what is God? Absolute truth. Enlightenment. This is fine to describe God as absolute truth. Enlightenment. This is fine. But the catch here is God has no attitude towards you. He is so merciful that he doesn't distinguish between you and me. And now, if he distinguishes differences, do I stand a chance at all? No. God does not have an attitude. But if there is an application, if that's a submission, there is a response for him. It becomes him or her as you want, as you please. God per se is only a dispenser of our own karma. He doesn't interfere with the workings of anyone's karma. It is like the Reserve Bank governor's signature in our currency. Here, I don't know because I'm yet to see a note here. So, who some federal authority signature will be there in a dollar. Yes, it will be there. Does he keep trying that it is mine? It is my secret. Say, Alam, it is mine. He start. So you are supposed to do whatever you want to do with it. You can gamble with the dollar. You can donate. You can buy something for your family. If you insist, you can take me out for a cup of coffee. So that is how it is done. God does not interfere. The government doesn't interfere. But with Guru, it is not so. Your karma is being washed not only under his supervision, but also at his discretion. This is where Guru is so important for us. Our karma is being washed under this supervision at his discretion. God is only in dispatcher of your karma, the results of your karma. He doesn't interfere. When, when you make an appeal to him, when you make an appeal to Guru, what is the difference? There, my Guru used to put it in his own sweet way. You know the problem about desire? What, sir? It gets fulfilled. That is the problem. If not today, tomorrow, if not this birth, next japa. The problem with desire is that it gets fulfilled. So, entertain desirable desires. not all desires bind you. There are some desires that release. Satsang is one such desire. Sankirtan is such a desire. It does not bind, it releases you. Social service is a good desire that releases you, that doesn't bind. The soldier of fortune who guards the frontiers, if you want to become what, that's a super desire. He does not have to do any sadhana, any spiritual sadhana at all. I would even say that the modern version of our rishis are the good scientists of this modern era. The scientist who plunges into a research. Is success guaranteed in his pursuit? Never. It can happen. Sometimes by default, success happens. My father used to pull my legs by saying, "You have done well, my son." In spite of you, he would say. Like that it happens. So no one can guarantee success to a scientist in his pursuit of research or to a soldier that he would stay alive throughout, or even a social service activist that he would achieve success in his endeavors. No, it can. But they are I would say, they are the non representatives of those rishis which our land saw in plenty. So, when you make an application here to God, sometimes it is granted irrespective of your karmas to make you go inward and think, do I deserve this? With this last, these thoughts come. God grants you what desires. And then again your karma takes over. Guru doesn't. Guru sees where are you in the line. In the long serpentine ride starting before a Guru. Most of them will be standing there for getting some material benefits. A Guru is a potential window to the outside world. A Guru is the pada for giving you material benefits. In a jiffy, he can give. You may have half a second to talk to him. Or your host, I'm not getting this. My daughter's marriage is not happening. My son is yet to settle down. Nobody settles down. The, the young boys nowadays, they say, why don't you get married? And they say that, no, sir, I'm yet to settle down in life. I'm 72, I'm yet to settle down. But I'm happily married. You have to tell people there's no settling down life. No, sir, correct. Money. How long you can keep smiling and laughing? Go get married, I would say. Go, should send people. In that sense, I'm a professor of matrimony because I promise very clearly. So, what does a guru do? In that line, if you have only these material desires, he says, I appeal to the forces of nature, I appeal to the deities. Normally, my prayers are answered. You would say that mostly desires, otherwise, they don't come again with another desire. I said, he never knew this. No, I will go and stand in the tent. You will not get anything. I will not grant you. He said, yeah, because my desire was something different. My desire was to know the truth. He said, if you stand in that line, what will I do? I will simply pocket you. I will not grant you your desires. Pocket and then do whatever I want with you, say. What he would do, he will destroy your negative samskars. He will retain your positive samskars and put them to use for the benefit of others. That's what a guru does. More than that, when he sees the data of your karma clear, your past, your present, and your probable future based on your karmic actions and the resultant consequences, what he would do. Suppose if a huge calamity is about to strike me because of my past karma, what would he do? He will sit in the seat of my soul and swallow that papa, swallow that sin himself. He would do it. Because he does not want to lose someone to karma and he is already on the path towards the truth. The other side also, if he sees that because of my karma I'm going to get a windfall, and he sees that this wealth will make him go crazy, he will go off the path, he will be veered off the path. He would sit in the seat of your soul and swallow your punyam. That is how a guru protects. God doesn't do this. Guru does this. Guru alone does this. God doesn't do this. Okay. Now I have not answered you the question. How to know that this person is your guru? My honest reply is I had no answer to this question till I met my guru. I thought whomever I came across while knocking at the doors was my guru. But very soon it turned out to be bitter, turned out to be disappointing. I didn't blame them, but somehow it did click. But after I met my guru, when I ultimately reached him, the sad thing was I was no more fresh. I was not as trusting as I was. My faith was not as spontaneous as it was when he met charlatans, when he met half-baked people. That is how like is. But he never revealed himself, he never imposed himself on me. This is the greatness of our elders per se. My father never imposed himself on me. He would have his own regular practices. Never did he say that you should do this, you should do that. Yeah, I have been given intelligence, the same Lord. So I must observe what he was doing and apply it on myself to select him. So my guru never imposed. He never had the urge to make an impression on me. That is why today I realize his words. Express naturally, you will impress naturally. Yes. Even when he only sent me out to speak, go and speak. What will I speak? I don't know his subject. I don't know Shastras. He said, are you not convinced about the path? Of course, yes. Go out and speak. Your conviction will inspire others. Go out and speak. Sir, I'm not accustomed to making speeches. How should I go about it? Is there any formula? You know what he said? Amplify truth, simplify facts. He said, amplify truth, simplify facts. That's how we should live. God doesn't come and tell you all these things. You need a guru to tell you this. And one more important thing. After that, I will throw the floor open. When you spend your time with your guru, and this inner journey starts happening, you suddenly feel that you are not progressing. You feel that you are not progressing at all. What is the big deal? I'm spending so much time with him. What's happening to me? And why do I get negative thoughts? Why do I get negative thoughts? It should not be happening. What will I do? I went through this. What will I do? I asked him straight. I asked him, don't mistake me, sir. I think I was better off. I have a feeling that I was better off before coming to you. I'm sorry to say this. Sir. Will anyone speak to a guru like this? Why? What's happening? He asked me. He won't take it as an upward. Why? What's happening? I told him, see, what should I get these negative ideas, negative rap to tell to you? That just, are you not able to understand the simple thing? He said. What, sir? They're not coming, Ramanan, they're leaving. He said. This is how beautiful. They're not coming, they're leaving. On your own volition, you have acquired so many things through your desire, so much muck. When the pond is churned, the muck comes to the surface and floats. And what should you do? Please don't do anything. It will make the pond murkier and murkier. That's where the biblical statement stands good. They also serve who stand and wait. Simply stand. It will settle down. They are leaving you. You have acquired them. So when they leave, you have to say bye-bye to them. That's courtesy, man. We would say. What will God doesn't come and tell us in person, but He comes and tells us in person. Both statements are true. The Adamic absolute truth does not come as Asadiri and speak to you, make a revelation. But the same Adamic truth, absolute truth, takes the form of the Guru and comes and speaks to you in your own parlance so that you will not miss it. That's what the greatest wonder which a Guru does for you. And ultimately, when do you recognize his worth? When he gets inside, does all the work, scavenger work he does, samskaras he throws out, cleanses our consciousness, use a didactic blower to blow away the cobwebs in the brain, removes all the impurities of the heart, then he shows you God. What is God? It is not the form. It is the formless form. It is through light only he shows you. Light and sound program only he shows you God. Once you understand, once you are made to realize that you are not different from that truth, it takes heed of you. It is only when he leaves you, you recognize him. It is only when he leaves you, you recognize him, his worth, his immeasurability, his causeless compassion. Vyanja Karuna Murti fits a good more appropriately than even God. The greatest compassionate act of God, therefore, is sending a guru to us. The greatest causeless, compassionate act of a guru is to enable us to know our own reality, which is not this body or the mind or intellect or the limited consciousness. It is that beautiful, everlasting vastness of truth and beauty and love. So, is it God and Guru or God or Guru? I started from God or Guru, but today, God and Guru. Remember those 2 weeks which the Acharya mentioned. It is only through Guru that we can reach God. It is only through God that a Guru comes into our life. Ask God. Pray. If I don't have a Guru, what would I do? Pray to God intensely for a Guru. But you should be clear. Why do you require a Guru? For the ultimate deliverance, ultimate freedom. To know the truth, I need a Guru. God, please send him to me. If you make an intense prayer to him for 48 days, the Guru will come and knock at your doors. Sometimes literally two. So, or you are not comfortable at all with a person in, in form, with flesh and blood, but yet you need help. Now ask God to be your Guru. Ask God to play the role of the Guru. Otherwise, he is not reachable, he is not accessible. You don't want a human form to come as a Guru and help you. Okay, fine, that's a choice. Ask God to be your Guru. Don't ask him to remain as the absolute truth or dynamic principle. This is what we have to do. Choose. If you have not already chosen, the chosen ones after all are the choosing ones. What you have chosen makes him to choose you. You become the chosen one. That's all it. Enjoy his life thoroughly. Life is different from living. Mere existence is not living. Life is lively existence. That is what living is all about. Remind him, move around with him, have him in you. Play this beautiful hide and seek throughout. Always observe yourself. Always observe yourself. Whatever you speak, whatever you will hear, whatever thoughts that are crisscrossing your mind, just be observant. Do not identify with any of them. When you make another identity, you are creating another identity for yourself, as if the identities which we have are not sufficient. Then comes a time, you know what happens? Beautiful magic, I tell you. Suddenly, when you start observing, passive, should be passive. You should not get into an opinion about yourself that you are good or bad. Both create identities. You just look at it. It's something like watching traffic from a balcony. Do you take it? Do you associate yourself with that? You know, this confusing traffic, even that looks beautiful from you. Look at it from a height. Your point of view determines your new point, or the other way around. Where viewpoint determines your point of view. That's why they say attitude is attitude. So from where you're looking at things, shift the location of your consciousness to something beyond this incarcerated body or conflicting mind or confused intellect. So to disown this simply and shift this consciousness to a different location. From there you look at yourself. It will be very difficult to locate yourself first. Where may your problems be? How can you even look at your own inadequacies from that altitude, from that, through that attitude? You know, this is the magic which Guru does. What happens simultaneously? The distance between one thought and another starts growing, which you have never experienced so far. Every day, as you open your eyes, it is something like throwing a stone into the beehive. The rest is attack. Thoughts attack. We are not in the control of our thoughts. But the Guru does slowly because you observe yourself consciously, constantly. The distance between one thought and other grows. And the number of thoughts get reduced. The frenetic pace at which these thoughts were swarming and attacking you, they slow down. They slow down. What happens? You reach a stage, I'm telling you, it's not fantasy. You reach a stage where the thought is ready to be thought. The thought is waiting to be thought. The mind at your beck and call. That is what your Ganapati and that little Mujum in the English there. Little mouse which is sitting. What is that mouse? Mouse is our mind. It is sitting so humbly, quietly before that colossus of wisdom. That is what Ganapati and that mouse cannot. I'm not referring to this mouse. And referring to Ganapati's mouse. Why mouse? Why is it similar to mind? We have lived in those days in houses, actually, which essentially belonged to the racks. We also happen to live in that, like that. Things which are not at all connected to them, they will go nibble and destroy. BMW car, wire. And many cars it has happened. Are you aware? Our rats will go and snap the wire. In what way they are connected? In what way mind is connected with so many things? Irrelevant things we go and bite them. That is okay. Have you investigated into the rat hole? You can, the number of things, the kind of things which you see in a rat hole will amaze. My father was an assistant editor in the Hindu newspaper. I was also, I also worked in the Hindu for 23 long years, 28 long years. My father worked there for 23 years. We were so embarrassed to find Hindu newspaper cuttings inside the rat hole. How embarrassing is it going to read or understand? Mind does exactly that. So such a mind, such a mouth is subservient only before the colossus of wisdom. That is the distance. That is the distance which you should maintain with your own mind. That's what it will be like this one. Sanchana, Manadi, EL2. Sanchan is the very nature of the mind. You cannot expect the mind to quiet down. It will disappear, that's all. So that is how it should be. You just imagine the Ganapati and the mouse now. You will never miss this. This is your take-home message that you say. Even though you know it already, it's worth reminding yourself to remember it through. The mind is subservient only to a higher wisdom. There. That's one more little point. Whatever japa or practice which you do inside, first, it happens in the mind only. All our fundamental questions about which I mentioned during the beginning of the talk, or mantra japa, whatever practice which you have taken, which is given to you, they happen in mind only. The impermanent mind, the confused mind, the confusing mind, there only it happens. Fine. When the mind says Shiva Shiva, Ram Ram, the chitta, which is known as consciousness, listens to it. Over time, this is called Abhyasa Bala. By sheer dint of practice, this japam or thought enters the consciousness. There, the mouse or the mind sits and listens to what is going on inside the conscious, inside the chitta. Or the journey becomes fruitful only when your method of practice enters the realm of consciousness After it passes through, after it arises from the mind and via intellect, it enters consciousness. After that, it is fine. Every day, something like sitting in the lawn and sipping a cup of tea, watching the traffic from balcony. Nothing will disturb. Everything will be there. Everything will be there. Remember, with the Guru, nothing is promised. Everything is assured. All that you have to do is to submit yourself to the truth that there is divinity. There is a higher purpose to this seemingly mundane existence. And seek a Guru. Hold on to his feet. And then he will slowly enter you. He will, when the moment he enters you, you are in his arms, you are in the wings, in the warmth of his wings. Then wherever he goes, we can also go. So that is the beauty of Guru. It is through the Guru only we reach God. It is the God alone who not only sends a Guru, who comes down to the குருவே சிவன் என்பது அடியானான் என்பது ஆன்றோர் வாக்கு. குருவே சிவன் என்பது ஆன்றோர் வாக்கு. சிவனே குரு என்பது ஆன்றோர் வாக்கு. குருவே சிவன் என்பது அடியார் அனுபவம். The ancestors tell you that Shiva is the Guru. It is the experience of the disciple that the Guru is Shiva. So I think with this few words, I would thank Ramanan once again and all of you for your patient listening to the child's prattling. If you would like to ask any questions, yes.
So, Rama, you mentioned about, the Guru and also God being in a book. What happens people who are calling Bhakti Yoga, just praying about God?
Raghu, please come here.
Yeah.
Sorry. I want you to face the camera.
Okay.
I need photographic evidence. Sir, hello. On. I should hear. Getting hot.
So, just a question is, you're talking about Guru and God also coming as Guru. If you don't have a trait of your to come as. But what about people who are just following Bhakti Yoga? Just bhajans, like this, and then they have no Guru, they have nothing. And the second associated verses, you quoted Ramanan, for IsaiKavi, they all have Gurus.
We don't know. If you ask Ramana Maharshi, he says Arunachala was his Guru. If you ask Puttaparthi Sai Baba, he used to say that Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba was his Guru. He used to keep his Vigraham in Sheri. So that's a Guru. Who is that Guru? It didn't have a person. For many, a tree was a Guru. Dattatreya lists out 24 or 32 Gurus, including a spiner, a Dasi, like that. The one who imparts a lasting lesson, which is very vital for your inner progress, is a Guru. It should not be an information, not an information. A lesson which helps you in transforming yourself. That thing or a person or whatever is good. That is how it is. For those who follow the path of bhakti, ultimately when you go to Guru, he makes you realize that without bhakti, you cannot achieve jnana or yoga. Your jnana or yoga will be incomplete or unachievable without bhakti. With that in mind, you pursue. But remember his name, sing his glory. That's what Yogi Ram Surat Kumarji told. He was above, and I met him for 1 hour. We were just singing. Appo will be thus remember his name, sing his glory. That's all. Thank you. Yes. Turn left. எனக்கு கேட்கணுமே.
No, this and what but Namaskaram. Good evening, all my brothers and sisters. We are all in age group. That's why our brothers and sisters. Okay. And Nika, Guru, I can talk with Tamil and English. Guru means it doesn't mean or human being the Guru why is the museum the Guru But think my age now, I'm not able to find Guru. So what happened? Now my Guru became Lord Shiva and Dhirman. எது இருந்தாலும் அவர்கிட்ட போய் கத்திடுவேன். Direct I'll talk. Here also I was talking. But then Lecutre to me. So
You seem to be a tough person. So, வாங்காம விட மாட்டீங்க.
I'm from Vikramat. Because after all, I'm a human being. So, Guru, I'm coming across all Gurus. Now my daughter is Guru for me.
இதே வேர்டு தான் கொஞ்சம் மாற்றி சொன்னீங்கன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும். After all, I'm a human being. After all, I'm a human being. So,
See, I'm going at the back of God. So, I'm very much proud that I'm living each and every minute.
sir, what is your twist?
So, Guru means எனக்கு இன்னும் கிடைக்கல. So, but I cannot say that thing. Till so far, God is my Guru. Right or wrong?
If you have to, there's nothing wrong. If you want a guru, ask him. If you don't want a guru in a human being, as a human being, ask him to be your guru. Elevate him what?
He only my Guru.
அப்புறம் அவ்வளோதான் விட்டுருங்க.
That's
சாரிம்மா.
Thank you, sir. No, அது ரைட்டா தப்பான்னு தெரியுதுங்க. மனிதரின் ரூபத்துல எனக்கு குரு கிடைக்கல.
பரவாயில்ல.
இப்போ டுடே I saw one Guru.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yes, Monday, let us come. Sika. And we get those leads.
Time is pushy.
Huh?
Time is pushy.
And karma drives everything.
Yes.
Like whatever happened, the circumstances.
So how one can actually make their understanding become realization? Because I think that is where we are all struggling.
Yes.
We pretty much most of the time understand struggles, but we cannot really realize them in a way that it will be meaningful for us to start our journey. So I think that's my
Yeah. Can I suggest to you something? You to think about it. See, I mentioned consciousness. Consciousness takes the shape of that with which it is occupied. You look at this body, or actually it is called the lectern. You are able to see because your consciousness is up by you plant the sapling of divinity in consciousness, it stops growing much sooner than you think it is possible. Keep it up. It is already there in you to see it clear. The thing is, when it grows, it wants all the space in consciousness. It will not permit anything else to exist along with it. Tip them. Keep it up. The English expression "keep it up" is very, very relevant here. So, in that that sapling of divinity which you have implanted in the consciousness, nurture, make it grow. How do you do it? Just remember it as much as possible, as constantly as possible. Over time, it will become automatic. Like, we are not always conscious of our breathing. But does it happen or not? Obviously. We are alive, so it's happening. Like that, this remembrance will become so spontaneous and natural and unstoppable. Then you see magic. Not to say we won't grow horns. We will be very normal. Actually, Ordinariness is the hallmark of spirituality. What should be not? Huh? At the same time, you will enjoy tremendous amount of happiness inside. Peace, peace is happiness. Happiness is not peace. Remember this. Thank you. Yes, sir.
아마 예를 들면 혹시 그 비만 쪽으로 왜는 거는 안데 배우는 막 그걸 빼서부터는 예 나와 이거 시그룹 비만 소리가 붙더라 예 시그룹 비만 소리 알죠
Because Guru is everything. ஆமா. குரு கடவுளாக இருக்கலாம். கடவுள் குருவாக வரலாம். கடவுள் குருவாக குரு கடவுளா தன்னை காண்பிக்கிறார். ரெண்டு. அதனால highest place is given to Guru in our system because he heals you from darkness to light, from ignorance to wisdom.
so who is that
Good. Is the ultimate.
ॐ वासोऽतु तथापि सर्वदेवत्यत्वैवार्सम सर्वा एव देवतानां क्रीणाति ॐ श्रीवत्परमहंसेत्याख्यसमस्तविरात्रिविराजमान तत्त्वसिद्धात्र श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्री श्री विदुशेखरपारदिव स्वामिभिश्च अनुग्रहीतोऽयं प्रसादः ॐ नमो नमो बलहिजाजन्मातवंहामेत्यग्रेः भागं देवेभ्यो विदधात्यायप्रचन्दमाः स्थिरति दीर्घमायु
Shri Gurubhyo. Friends,
Oh, you're throwing a pepper.
friends is wonderful
Yes, but yeah. That deserve it.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Friends, I want to thank you all for coming and joining. It's so wonderful. The talk by IsaiKavi Ramanan is happening in Adi Shankara Hall. On the lotus feet of Adi Shankara, we talked about Guru and Devo, Adi Shankara himself is Shiva. So here we see uniquely that we have Guru and Vida and Shiva together with us, enjoying this conversation what we are having today. No, it's so amazing that we have IsaiKavi coming and sharing his talks. It is basically an annual event and blessed. My sister lives in Milton, and the brother comes all the way from India. Through her, we get the privilege of listening to his lecture. And always, whenever I go to Sringeri, our Guru always says, make sure you conduct spiritual activities all the time, not alone with the Bhakti Marga, but also you bring people to come lectures on our Vedas. And we are very blessed we have thought leaders like Ramanan coming all the way from Chennai. In life, what is very important, my good friend, Yavayendapura Kalyan is sitting in the back. I always say in life, giving, nobody teaches. No university is teaching you how to give. And that happens through mentors in life. People like IsaiKavi Ramanan is a mentor for many of us. Distance doesn't matter. He comes all the way from India to share his thoughts, what he learned through his guru, whether it is Himalayas or Visakhapatnam or Adaya in Chennai. He brings all the knowledge that he got to all his gurus and tirelessly he's sharing. When you become a guru, it's not like working Bay Street, there about 10 o'clock, a bad moment, 4 o'clock. As a guru, you are there 24/7, sharing his thoughts and sharing the knowledge with all of us. And I want to thank Ramanan coming here. And we want to make Laithan to this to be an annual event. So we are Ramanan coming and sharing his all the wonderful thoughts. Today he talked to us about the Guru and Bhagwan. And we want to hear more of the lectures. And friends, we want to say this temple that you see here are Shankaracharya, our Bhagavatas on Swamiji as well as Abhishekar Bhatt always says, this is a but, this is not a temple. Many of you may not know, we always say, it's a but. One thing we always should do here, making sure these spiritual discourses happen regularly, more often. We don't just come and do archanas and abhishekas, but beyond that, we bring thought leaders like Ramanan here, coming and sharing his thoughts. And I'm very grateful to my board. Here, some of my trustees are here, Dr. Parambhat, we have got here Raj here, and Professor Chokalingam. With their consent, we will be doing more and more of such activities. This year alone, we'll be having Brahmaspa lecture during summer. We have Siddhuja coming and doing Kadapna for 3 days. Of course, Mahatma will be happening. So we started in this one way, beyond the usual chanting and archanas. We also will have many lectures by thought leaders like Ramanan, Brahmasmi, of course, Devardhanu, Alakananda, doing a lot of activity in Samla and all that. So I'm very proud to say we have a place of worship. We have also a place of spiritual discourses for our community members, for Hindu Dharma to spread, but particularly better in left nation for them to listen from people like Ramana to hear what the rituals of our Hindu Dharma is, Sanatana Dharma is, and continue our journey. Thank you very much, Ramana.
உருவாய் அருவாய் உளதாய் இலதாய் மறுவாய் மலராய் மணியாய் ஒளியாய் கருவாய் உயிராய் கதியாய் விதியாய் எங்கள் குருவாய் வருவாய்.